earlier in the week, which was a wild. I don't know if it was Bleacher Report or something, but whichever one of y'all media outlets did this, it was a graphic of Mike Gundy, and it said standoff. You know how you normally have breaking at the bottom of it. It said standoff. I said, like, with the police, the authorities. I had to read that. I was like, that was clickbait. Y'all got me. I clicked. But Mike Gundy was in a standoff with Oklahoma State earlier this week. He's telling people that they have to come to him and ask him to take a restricted contract. He's expected to include a pay cut, but he didn't want to do that. But then after some time, they came to an agreement and said, "All right, we're going to have you back, and no more standoff." Elijah, how do you feel about coaches speaking up for themselves? And even though Mike Gundy has been there at Oklahoma State for I want to say 20 something years, how do you feel about a coach standing up and saying like, "No, bro, this is my money. I'm not taking nothing off the top." How do you feel about
They got to feed their families too. So I mean, I personally feel like um, I'm cool with stuff like that. I mean, honestly, you signed that deal. So basically, if you can't mutually come to agreement, then just might as well just get your cake, man. Because at the end of the day, you never know if you can get another deal like that. You never know. That deal may come once in a lifetime. So for Gundy, I think that's pretty cool for him. I think that was pretty good for him to stand up and do what he had to do. I just think that this too, like you got to think, like I know we see them as coaches on Saturdays or whatever Monday through Friday, however you see them, but being on the sideline Saturdays, these guys got lives too, man. I'm not sure if he got kids and things of that nature, but if he do, he already got kids in the school system down there. If he got to move and go somewhere else, you got to take him out of that school system. You got to move your family again. You got to do this all over again. So these guys got lives, man. They got to, they're and most people looking at him to provide. So that money that he has to have, he's put already, he signed and he's wanting to pocket that, and he's expecting to keep that same salary until that contract run out. But again, like I said, man, I'm proud that he stood up for himself. I hope coaches continue to do that. Um, but at the end of the day, man, they're human too. They're human too. They get paid to feed their families, and also on top of that, if you got to move your family coast to coast, then it gets tiring after a while. So I'm proud of Gundy for the standoff with the authorities that he had.
it? That's crazy. And just to clarify, he did restructure his contract. He did it as his $7.75 million annual salary will be reduced to be redistributed as part of revenue sharing with players, and his buyout will be reduced as well. So he stood on the table. I'm sure that number wasn't what they originally wanted it to be. Um, but hey, man, like there's a very fine line in between standing on the table for what you deserve, and also being a team player. You know, for me, you think about guys like a Tom Brady, where I'm sure there were plenty of times that he could have tested the free agency waters, but he continued to take little cut after little cut to make sure that the rest of the team could eat so they could win more Super Bowls. Um, and so I get that. Like for me, I ain't taking no cut for nobody. I'm sorry. I need my money. Baby need a new pair of shoes. Wifey need a new purse. I ain't taking nobody. You feel me? But I also understand in sacrificing for the betterment of the team. So it might not come out of my pockets, but it might come in a very much different way. So um, obviously in the new age of NIL, like some people have suggested that Brian Kelly needs to do that. They've suggested other coaches need to do that. They need to shave some of that money off the top to be able to help with revenue sharing. But even in that, like I'm sure that there's only a certain amount of money that they can budget and flow over from their contract. And yes, it's millions of dollars, but bro, you once you a millionaire, you kind of pick up millionaire habits. So you have to maintain your lifestyle. I've always said, to my wife, even when it comes to like, different jobs and different subjects and topics and things like that, like the main thing I don't want to happen is for our quality of life to change. You know what I'm saying? Like we like to go and travel and have fun and all this stuff like that. Whatever jobs we have, whatever kids we have, I want to make sure we still are able to do that. So whatever I need to do to make sure that I can get the money on that I need and you get the money on that you need, that's what we're gonna do. So make sure we good. And whatever age I am, that's now at 27 or 72. Whatever type of bread this what we need. So we can be straight and keep living how we live and even better quality of life. You know what I'm saying? I respect him for standing on the table and saying like this is what I believe. I'm warranted. This is what I believe I should do because he deserves it. And you know, I think they had one bad season last year or this year here because I think they were playing for the Big 12 championship last season. So the brother has a good track record. You know what I'm saying? So he redistributes some of his money. I don't know what he was making per year or what he will be making per year now with the restructuring. ESPN doesn't have that in the article, but it was originally 7.75. So we shall see, man. More coaches, I'm sure this stuff will start to come about now that the domino has fallen because once one person does it, everybody else all of a sudden wants to get in line and do the cha-cha slide. So
That's a good analogy. A good analogy.
yeah, they got to get in line. They're going to get in line and dance, man. With that, guys, thank you so much for watching this clip of the Fitz Take podcast. Be sure to like this video and also subscribe to the YouTube channel. And also follow me and Elijah on our social media platforms. They will be linked down in the description. And remember, every episode of the Fitz Take podcast will air right here on the YouTube channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.